So with the startups that are applying this year, I think the differences compared to last year were firstly because we had a much better brand presence across both the European market and worldwide, so we had much more startups coming through mentor recommendations or who reached out in conversations with us beforehand. And then in terms of the types of startups that we saw, something we're seeing across the market at the moment is a trend in invest tech. So out of the 9 startups that we have in our cohort right now, 5 of those are in the wealth management space, so that's definitely a difference to last year. But otherwise, in terms of the range of geographic locations that they're applying from, and also the different stages that they're applying from as well, it was quite similar to the year before. That was definitely something that worried us, having set up another FinTech accelerator in Singapore. We were concerned whether that would diminish the pool of applicants that we would have being split over 2 FinTech accelerators. But actually we didn't find that occurred this year, and we still have the same high quality number of startups, potentially because the FinTech space is growing in popularity, so there are more startups coming up into this space. In terms of our selection criteria, it's the same across all Startup Bootcamp processes. We run a number of fast track days around the world during our recruitment phase. We do a lot of hunting for startups. We get a lot of applications through, which all come through the same F-Success questionnaire hosted on the F-Success platform. We then rate that as a team, and then we take the top 50 or 60 applications through to the next stage, which is a series of interviews and due diligence with the teams. And then finally the top 20 guys get to come back to London, where they get to meet our partners, our mentors, investors, the whole of the Startup Bootcamp team, and during those couple of days we then pick the final 10. In terms of FinTech startups and what areas they need help with, it doesn't seem to differ too much from what other startups need help with. It always comes back to team dynamics, the skills that you've got in, the funding support, have you validated your proposition, some of those core startup areas. But then for FinTech startups in particular, I guess the challenge with those with these startups is the slightly longer runway because of the regulation hurdles. Particularly if there's a B2B play, it's often harder to sell into some existing financial institutes because they're not quite used to working with startups yet. So those are the additional challenges that we work with. Again, I think this comes down to having a really strong team and then also a really strong drive for what you're doing and being able to push through some of those difficult times. It's very easy to get distracted. There's going to be lots of ideas, lots of interests, lots of opportunities, and narrowing down a focus and validating that, what you're focusing on, and then progressing in small steps. I think that's my advice for any startup, particularly FinTech startups. What I'm most excited about is seeing so many different FinTech startups in one place. I don't think I've been to a conference which is set to have so many people in one place. And the opportunity, therefore, for the startups to connect with each other and learn from one another's experience is going to be awesome.